I'm so tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. And this, I have a series about perception versus reality that I've made on the channel, and this is the precursor to that. We're gonna have a full analysis in regards to just this specific topic, but I had where what the perception is versus what the reality. Here's the thing: Zoro and his feelings about Luffy and what he's done is not necessarily incorrect. He's right. He's the person that typically holds Luffy accountable, but he's dead wrong in the sentiment of it, where Yonko equals something different. Now, it's not just Zoro that feels, the world feels this. The readers feel this way. How many times have you seen someone say, oh, why is this happening to Luffy? He's a Yonko now. Time and time and time again, we attach expectations with titles, but that's prevalent throughout One Piece. Expectations with titles that are frivolous. Big Mom and Kaido, they lost to Luffy, sure, but should that have been enough for them to lose their titles? Now, we don't know if they're alive. If they're dead, then that's one thing. But they got beat, sure. They still have insane territory. They're still uber strong. Still have insane influence. Just getting beat, you lose your title? Now, that's a debate in itself, but that's how easy it is to lose a title. So how important is it? Now, we're not going to downplay the Yonko title because it is very important. You have insane influence, insane sway. You have a lot of people that are depending on you and that title to keep them safe. Whitebeard himself, Jinbei said, yo, if Whitebeard goes, then a lot of people are gonna suffer because his flag hangs very high to protect a lot of people, right? That's a fact. But not just the Yonko title, but just titles. People attach unfair, unrealistic, honestly, expectations that don't make sense. Let's start with Whitebeard. Whitebeard was the strongest man in the world, a Yonko, and let's say a legend from the bygone era, right? But he was old, sick, and he was a different man. Whitebeard as a Yonko, right? Or as a legend. People expected things of him that he did not want. For instance, Whitebeard had so much power, so much strength. Shiki expected Whitebeard to go after the One Piece. Ace did the same thing. Whitebeard's like, that's not what I want. They're like, what do you mean? You're Whitebeard. Why are you not going after this? You're you. That's not what I want. But the expectation was attached because strongest man, legend, Yonko. Why are you not doing the things that people associate with that title? That's not who he is. And that title isn't gonna change who he is. I want people to understand that. Just because you attach that title to me doesn't change who I am. Gold Roger, Pirate King. Did that change who he is? No. He's still the same adventurer, right? The same man that was dead set on sailing the entire world, but now you attach this frivolous title to him and these expectations go crazy. And that's where I think with Kaido, specifically, Pirate King, Gold Roger, brought the world to his knees. Hockey, no, that's not who Roger, that's not just who Roger was. Like, I always push back on that because that minimizes the man that Roger was, the impact that he had. Pirate King is just a title, right? The influence that comes with that comes from the journey back and forth, the relationships with Whitebeard, relationships with Odin, the relationship with Rayleigh, how he went to seek out Rayleigh, right? The Pirate King is just the cliff note at the end of this amazing journey that people look at like, yo, Pirate King, Gold, Roger, the strongest. No, this man was way more than that. But even after all that, you know what Roger did? He went away, had a kid, and would spend the time before he died with Rude. Then he pulled up, turned himself in. They're like, yo, as a Pirate King, why would you turn yourself in? Because, bro, at the end of the day, shit don't matter. I'm still me, right? And so that line, I'm still me, even resonates when you think about someone like Aokiji, when they're like, yo, I heard some crazy things about you, bro. Smoker said, I heard some things about you. I don't even, and he's like, Smoker, regardless of what you heard, I'm still me. Regardless of I'm the 10th Titanic captain, I'm the biggest criminal in the world, I'm still me. Let's go to Luffy. Luffy's a Yonko now, right? How is Luffy being stopped by the Seraphim? He's a Yonko now, okay? How is Luffy crying over Vegapunk, bro? He's a Yonko now. Still gonna be mature, still gonna be naive, still gonna be reckless, careless. That is not gonna change. Shanks, bro, why is he so soft? He's always partying, he's a Yonko. These things are not who these people are. It is just a title that's been assessed, and they use that, right? They use the influence of the title for their own things that matter to them. But ultimately, the title does not change who you are. You would like for it to do that, but that's just the perception of what the title does. That's what people expect of you. You are gonna be who you are. Blackbeard. How many times have people said Blackbeard's a Yonko and he keeps getting hit? He's running away, bro. You're a Yonko. Why are you running away? Because he'd run away if he wasn't a Yonko. The title does not change who you are. Mihawk, he's the world's strongest swordsman. Why are you not fighting Vista to the death. Yeah, I'm the world's strongest swordsman, but I still have honor. I still have integrity. I still have a way I go about things. I'm not just going to conform to what you expect me to be. That's just not how the world works. It just isn't. You can say it's more responsibility, and somehow you can expect someone to step into that, but that expectation of what a Yonko is has never existed within One Piece. Only thing you can say is the influence and what that title does in regards to protecting other people and territories. Big Mom is a Yonko. Insane influence, insane power, insane territory. But Big Mom is ultimate definition of what you would not want a Yonko to. Big Mom herself almost destroyed Whole Cake Island. Big Mom herself doesn't know she ate her own family, her own friends. Big Mom has tried to kill her family members. Big Mom is actively trying, not actively trying, but she's actively sabotaging her own operation. Big Mom has been stopped by fodder, ran over by people you didn't expect could even get a hit in on Big Mom. Can we still say, damn, that's what bro, the Yonko and what they are is not what you expect them to be. What people perceive them to be is much greater than what they are. Ultimately, they are still people with personalities, hindrances, cravings. You can attach these things, but it's not going to change them. Kaido. Remember in Kaido, we saw Kaido, he had a kid in the cage and he's crying. You're like, bro, you're a Yonko, what you for? This title of Yonko, we've placed on this insane pedestal when all it is, it's a front. It's a front to just carry out business. Ultimately, you know what the Yonko position is, the Yonko title is, it is the world government attaching a title, using your pride against you. And your pride as a Yonko will not allow you to work with another Yonko, another person with that title, which ultimately helps the world government because it creates what? A gridlock. A Yonko, the Yonko title is literally pitting the greatest threats against each other. And that pride keeps them in their own territories. I'm a Yonko, I can't interact with Shanks. I'm a Yonko, I can't interact with Big Mom. Which, do you know how fucked the world government would be if all the Yonko decided to work together? Right? It is literally using your pride against you. Bro, you're Yonko now. Fuck, I guess I can't work, huh? Kaido towards the end, he started to think, he's like, you know what, actually, Lin, we could make this work. Because it's like, it doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. The perception of what Whitebeard was, strongest man in the world, that's not true. Perception of what Luffy is. Remember what I said about Luffy? They thought he was how many feet tall, how big, how treacherous? Nothing like that. Blackbeard, the perception of what he is, meticulous, cunning. Blackbeard is pussy, right? Okay, he is all that, but at the end of the day, he avoids these situations because ultimately it's easy, right? So he plans, he makes concessions to provide leeway. Actually, Blackbeard does what it takes to make the job, the game as easy as possible. Ultimately, that's what he does. Shanks, the perception of Shanks is that he is ferocious, unstoppable. And ultimately with Shanks, he is that. But when you get to know him, he's the sweetest man, kind. He brought people under him that are weak just to protect them. It is essentially, right, the perception of what these people are versus reality, and that Yonko title that people attach, it just warps people's perception of these characters, which they're nothing like that. Like, you can't expect, just because you have a Yonko title, for just people that's completely change who they are. You can be more cautious, more careful, but ultimately, is that shit gonna change? No. So Zoro, in that instance, is completely fucking wrong. Because, no, Luffy's not going to be more stoic because he's a Yonko, right? It's almost like when somebody gets promoted to manager, right? In a job. And then they completely change their personality. They stop talking to people. They're no longer as jovial. They're assholes. And everybody's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What is up with you? Yes, you have more authority. That doesn't mean you change who you are. That doesn't mean you change who you are. Are you okay? It's the same thing. Like, imagine if Luffy became a Yonko. All of a sudden, he's not laughing as much with the Straw Hats. He's not playing with Usopp. He's not making these funny faces with Chopper. You'd be like, I don't like this. I don't like who this person is. Imagine if Whitebeard became a Yonko. All of a sudden, he's like, I gotta face every Marine now. I'm a Yonko. I gotta live up to my name. Guys, titles in One Piece, that's all they are. I don't want to downplay them because a lot of things attached to them are true. Like, I don't want people to use this as a example for downplaying Mihawk's title because it is 100% legit and real. But look at Garp. Vice Admiral didn't give a shit. Still took care of Ace, right? All these people with these titles, all the frivolous title, the people are who they are. And ultimately, people try to use your title against you. Oh, you can't do this because you're that. Says who? I'm going to do this now because I'm that. Who the hell is going to stop me? I'm going to turn it on its head, which Luffy ultimately does every single time. So yeah, rant over. This isn't downplaying the Yonko title. It's just kind of giving a different perspective on it, or in titles in general, because I keep seeing that. Yo, how is he letting this happen? He's a young. But that's my perspective. And again, I'm not here to paint a picture of me being always correct. I'm just here to show you how I look at the story and how I look at things in general. You could agree with it, you can disagree with it, but that's the beauty of it, because we all have free will to do things like that. So let me know. Like the video, subscribe. Let me know if you enjoyed content like this. You enjoyed my random rants. This essentially is a rant. I just got tired. So yeah, like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one.